Hey friends, it's Megan, Georgia Girl Stitching, here with FlossTube number 22. Unfortunately not on the 22nd of February, because that would have been cool to have like 22 on Tuesday. But it is Wednesday, February 23rd. I just couldn't squeeze it in yesterday, unfortunately. But thank you so much to all of those who have come back to check out to see what I've been up to over the last month. And thank you so much to all of you who are here for the first time. I had a little bit of a bump in subscribers over the last few weeks, so thank you so much for coming to check me out and see if you like anything that I got here. This month has been a little crazy. We've had quite a few birthdays. It has been, I don't know what happened exactly 9 months ago, end of May, but it's a very active time. We've had, 4 or 5 birthday things over the last few weeks. David, my husband, his grandmother turned 90, so we had lunch with her. My dad had his birthday actually yesterday, along with Jen of Quirks and Stitches, and I think some other floss tubers as well had their birthday yesterday, and Morgan had hers on Monday, so and then actually a close friend of mine here, she had her birthday last Friday. So lots of birthdays, but it's been really fun, like celebrating people and being a little more active in dreary February because the weather here has not been the best. It's warm and humid, but dreary. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna have the humidity and the heat, I would like some sun, please. But it's fine. The groundhog in Georgia, Beauregard, he did not see his shadows. So at least for the south, hopefully spring is right around the corner. We kind of go off of him instead of Phil because I think he's Stone Mountain, Georgia. So he's a little more close to, where we are. But anyways, yes, that's been the big thing. School's been going well. Just a lot of studying, getting ready for boards, getting this last few classes done. We're already halfway through the block, which is crazy. Time is flying. I start studying in the morning, and the next thing I know, David's coming home from work, and I'm like, where did the day go? Time just evaporates. I can't believe we're already at the end of February, to be honest. But big news with that. Thank you so much to all who gave best wishes and prayers and good vibes for me hopefully being able to get a rotation site near him. We found out on Friday that I did. So David will be doing his residency at the Naval Hospital in Portsmouth, and I will be doing my clinical rotations for the next 2 years in Newport News. So it's official. I get to go with him, which we're super excited about. We are actually going up this weekend to that area to kind of go a little house/apartment hunting, kind of just find what we can find. It's a little early for like rental houses to be on the market, but we're just gonna go explore the area because I've never even been to Virginia Beach or Norfolk or anywhere in that area. So we're excited about that. We've been told to look in the North Suffolk area. So that's kind of where we're gonna be mostly looking, but also just exploring into the area, see if there are any cross-stitch shops around. My mom said that she actually texted me this morning that there's one in Virginia Beach. So I think it's called Diane IG. She sent me pictures, it looks great. So thanks, Mom, for getting that started for me. But we'll be in that area I will at least be there for 2 years. David will be there for at least a year, hopefully a lot longer. So that's kind of the new and the move. He'll be moving in May. I won't be able to really move up there until middle of June because I take my boards in Atlanta in June. So again, trying not to totally think about May and June, but it's getting closer and closer. So pretty much studying, house hunting, and cross-stitching when I can. So that's kind of the big life update. I did start selling my floss tags as well. Thank you so much those who have bought a few. I've heard some good reviews on them, so thank you so much. If you're interested, if you use floss tags instead of bobbinating or anything, I sell them on my Instagram called Georgia Girl Floss Tags. I'll link it down below or, put the name down below. But if you're interested, head on over there. I still have about 15 to 20, I haven't done the math in a while, but sets available. So you just comment, me please, with either your PayPal email or your Venmo name, and then also your zip code, just so I know if you're domestic or international, because there's just a slight price difference between the two. And then also check, I'll only do like one post, but I might have more than one set available. So I think I have a blue one, like an aqua, that I have 5 sets available of that. So if that is one, just let me know how many you want, if you just want one or more than one. But I've been really enjoying that. It's kind of a nice stress relief to just like punch out those Floss Tags. So I've been enjoying doing it. And if you have like a project coming up that like, hey, I would really love, you know, a general, like a purple Floss Tag, 30 of them or whatever, let me know and I'll try to accommodate. I can't promise anything, but if you have like a special request, you know, I'll do my best. Again, no promises. But if you're like, you see, I don't have something that you're wanting, you're like, okay, well, I'm kitting up this project and some purple ones would be great. Let me know and I'll do what I can. I think that's most of the life updates. Everyone's doing well. Yeah, so just kind of trucking along day to day. For cross stitch, I am still cross stitching. I have to. It's my main stress relief. So I usually cross stitch. If I can't cross stitch during the day, I still do like 20 to 30 minutes at night before we go to bed. You know, like after we brush our teeth and whatnot. But if I have to watch a lot of lectures, I'm also mostly like an auditory listener. So I'll stitch while I'm listening to a lecture, because they're all recorded. I'm doing it from home. I don't have to go in for classes. So yeah, so I've got quite a few projects here to show you guys, or at least good progress on these projects, for a month. So first I do have, a finish, 2 finishes, 2 FFOs. So the first FFO that I have, if you watched my last video, then you're not surprised, but, my best friend who was my maid of honor in my wedding, she's getting married next year. And so I cross-stitched this for her. She just moved in with her fiance. And so I'm visiting her at the end of March. And so I made this for her and I got it framed. And so I just got it back from the framers last week. So I want to show it to you guys before it's gone forever, from me. But this is, State of North Dakota from Country Magic Stitches on Etsy. I'll link it down below. And I stitched this on 40 count flax. And I did make a couple changes. So the State of North Dakota is, well, she technically charts it in black, but she has lots of pictures. Like she expects you to change the color of the state. And so I put it in DMC Etoile 699. So you can kind of see the sparkly, which is, and I've said it's her favorite color. It's the University of North Dakota color, which is where her fiance went, graduated from. And she went to Michigan State University and it's that color and it's her favorite color. So it's like all the greens, all the things are this green. And then I put a heart over Grand Forks, which is where they live. And then what was really cool about it, everything else I did is charted, the flowers and the home, and these are actually her wedding colors. So that was very fortunate. She's doing a fall wedding, so she's got all these fall colors and then also blues. And so I put the heart in blues to kind of get that color in. The frame, I have to give credit to David for. He picked out the frame. Her style, so she and her fiance are both engineers. She's civil and he's more electrical, but they love like the industrial look. So her like decor at the house is going to be like this industrial farmhouse kind of look, which if you just Google that, amazing pictures. So it's like farmhouse, modern farmhouse, but like more metal type things, like the light fixtures and the table, like stools, like it's just really cool. So David picked out this frame to go with that, and it's really, really pretty. We did it at Michael's, and thankfully they did a great job. So yeah, so that's my first FFO. This is going to her. So this, probably by the time I do my next video, this will have been gifted. So that's the first one. And then the other one I actually finished. It was an impulse start and finish that I did back in late December, early January, for Lenny. I did it as a birthday gift for Lenny, and it was finished by Barbara. But of course, I sent it to Barbara right before Stitch Away happened. So of course there was, didn't give it to her at her best time. So Lenny got that at the end of January. Her birthday wasn't until January 25th. So she got it right around her birthday. But Barbara did an amazing job, and Lenny sent me a picture of it fully finished. So I'll insert that here. It is a freebie from Lila's studio, and then I did a 100% color conversion. Lenny always says, whenever I'm talking to her, she always says, love you to the moon and back. It's kind of the thing we say back and forth to each other. So I stitched it for her birthday from this freebie, which I will link below. And then I just pulled a bunch of colors from Stash that I thought looked good. And it is on 32 count color and cotton, I think in King's Blue. It was one of their special edition, limited edition from a couple years ago. It wasn't King's Blue from Color and Cotton. I don't know if it's part of their line now or not. I was part of their fabric of the, or those the Floss of the Month Club. Yes, their fabric. I don't know exactly when that one was. But it was a great glue, and I love it. So I'm so glad how it turned out. And of course, Barbara did an amazing job finishing it. So that was my other FFO. And then I worked on 3 whips this month. I am participating in Whip Go, which is the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, which is like a bingo board, but for your whips with different goals that you set. And I'll link her video below. So she did an entire video going over Whip Go 2022. So I'll link that below in case you're interested for more info. I had she calls 2 projects every month, and this month I only technically worked on one of the Whip Go calls. The other one was a full coverage, and I realized I'm not going to be able to work on any full coverages until earliest this fall. It just takes too much time and kind of effort to get any kind of progress, and it's like all of the floss comes out, and it's just it's more of a production, and that I just don't have the time for that to really pull that out. So any kind of full coverage will have to wait until this fall, maybe have like a full coverage fall or something. But yeah, so I haven't worked on that one. But the other one that was called, which was one part of my New Year's Eve starts, was Shannon Christine Midnight Sale, and I'll put a picture of the pattern here because it's a PDF that I have. And I'm doing this on 32 count Nocturne from Picture This Plus. And this is where I got to. So I completely finished my Whip Go goal, which was to just finish the ship. And then I also got the moon in. But I made a very important change in order to be able to do this moon. So the ship is in Anchor Black, which the coverage is just incredible. I will forever use Anchor Black. And then the moon, I changed to DMC Etoile, white. It's called for in Krynic. I knew I was never going to do it. I was never going to do this entire moon in Krynic. Especially on 32 count where I had to use 2 strands of Krynic, forget it. So I was like, okay, what? I need to change it to something that I'm actually going to enjoy doing. And so I decided to do the Etoile. And you can kind of see the sparkle coming through with the moon. And I absolutely love it. There is going to be it's the same color that was called for down here in the waves. I am going to still do that in the Krynic because there's a couple colors of Krynic and beads and the blues. That I'll still keep in the Krynic, but the moon itself is Etoile. So, and I just had so much fun with this. It was super easy. It was my travel piece for a while, whenever we were in the car. So I did the outline of them, went all the way around, and I just filled in back and forth, back and forth, back. I didn't even need the pattern. I didn't take the pattern. So if he and I were just going to the grocery store, I'm not going to study for that 10 minutes. So I'd pull this and get, 10 stitches in or something. So, well, more than that, but yeah. So it's just, so really enjoyed that. That was a major focus this month. And I'm putting this away for now. David asked if I was going to finish it because this is technically for him. I said, no, I'm going to put it away for now and see what Go is called for March. But, we'll see if I feel the urge to pull it back out. But it will definitely be finished next year because there's the waves part. I'm over 60% done with just the stitching. So now there's a lot of beads and whatnot, but the stitching alone, I'm over halfway. So yeah, There's that one. And then the other one that I've been obsessed with has been Patchwork by Jan Houtman. I need to learn how to say her last name, but it's Patchwork. I'm doing this with Brandie and I started a Sal, hashtag Project Happy Sal, because we just find it so much fun. It brings us so much happiness to work on. She's doing a rainbow conversion based on what she saw at StitchCon from Diane at the Quaker Addict. And so she's doing it kind of like that, where she's actually starting the opposite corner and doing rainbow, and I'm doing a beach water conversion. So this is where we're at. I've been obsessed with this. This is so easy to work on because it's 46 count flax. Oh, I'm sorry. Maddie's was on 40 count raw. This is the flax. That's the raw. This is flax. And I have just been having so much fun with it. It's so easy to work on. It's in Pattern Cuber for the most part. And I just having so much fun with the blues. Like the blue, I'm like stitching the beach, which just brings me so much happiness. So it's getting harder to keep all in frame. So I had these, so I did this one, which is Color and Cotton Merino, which is a relatively new one, I believe. And that is all one thread. It was funny. My parents were here last weekend to celebrate Dad's birthday. And I was showing my mom, and she's like, I love how you had the two different colors in there. It's cool you were able to incorporate two. And I was like, oh no, that's one. That's one variegated thread. And it's crazy that there's that much variegation. But yeah, so that's Color and Cotton Merino. And then this is Weeks Dye Works Island Breeze, which is just gorgeous. Pretty much the exact color of Destin Waters. And then this one is Color and Cotton Blue Daisy, which I love. It's blue and green variegation. So you kind of get the blue and the green. So yeah, so this is where we're at. I love it. I'm already halfway to my Whip Go goal. My Whip Go goal is 12 because I had the idea of doing once a month. No, I've done a lot more than that. So super happy with that. This next one is going to be Color and Cotton Really Tealy. Sorry, Mom, I actually told you wrong this weekend. No, Classic Colorworks, really deep. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, so this is where we're at. I will be continuing to work on this. I'll probably, because WhipGo hasn't been called yet for March, I'll probably just keep working on this the rest of the month. And then I have one more project that I worked on for Dad needs to not be around. So for Dad's birthday yesterday, I pulled out the gift that I'm doing for him. It is, I'll put a picture of the pattern up in here. It's called Making Memories. My dad, I've talked about in the past, but he is a amazing photographer. He's a graphic designer by day and a photographer by night, but he does black and white photography is his passion, and he's started a website, which I'll link down below, but it's kind of like landscape black and white. So for probably at this point, Christmas, if I had to guess, for him, I'm doing this pattern from Imaginating, Making Memories. And I'm actually changing the bottom, the part that says Making Memories, I'm changing to Alter Reality based on what he wrote in his bio on the website. So I'm doing this on 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana. And this is where I got. When I started this on New Year's Eve as part of my 12 by 12, and I'd really just gotten like this one done, and then I got these done yesterday. So once I get that shutter in the middle done, it's pretty much it's mostly backstitch. So hopefully we'll go quickly once I get this shutter in. But yeah, I love this Silvery Moon fabric. It's like shimmery, but doesn't have any shimmer in it. It's really interesting. So that's where we got. And then those were my cross stitch projects for the last month. Lots of progress on them, but yeah, I really been enjoying these. I'm excited to see what WhipGo calls. I don't know when she does it for February because February is such a short month. Normally she calls it on the 27th, 26th. But I'm not sure if she's going to call it earlier or not for February. But yeah, but super excited. I love having the WhipGo. It just kind of, like, I don't know if I would have worked on that ship if it hadn't been called on WhipGo. So I like having the direction. So yeah, so now we can go to gift/haul. So I did get a couple gifts in the mail over the last month. The first one was from my lovely Jen and Lenny. Jen had reached out asking if I wanted this pattern, and I said yes, and then they sent a gift as well. So she has this, I love this. Marriage lets you annoy one special person every day for the rest of your life. I love that, because so I love this. Thank you, Jen. And then from Jen and Lenny, they sent me this needle minder, which is so sweet. So thank you guys so much. Friends are like seashells, we collect along the way. So yes, can't wait to put that on a project. I haven't used it yet because I wanted to show you guys, but now I can put it on a project. And then I got, so on a couple videos ago, I gave out some of my floss tags, and Shannon won one of them. And she sent me the most perfect thank you card. Love that. I almost want to like cut that out and hang it up, frame it. So love that. Really, really sweet note. Thank you so much, Shannon. And then she also sent 3 flosses that make her think of me, and they are amazing. And crazy enough, I didn't have them. So I don't know how, but it's Weeks Dye Works Blue Topaz, which is actually David's gemstone. He's born in December. So we got Blue Topaz, Classic Colorworks Really Tealy. So this is what's gonna go, let's see. That's gonna go right there next. That's my next one. So you can get a little sneak peek. And then she also sent Mo's Sale, I'm not sure the name of it, but it's really pretty. It's like this great variegation, purples, blues, and greens. So really, really, really appreciate that. And it's crazy I didn't have these in my stash. I really didn't. So I immediately went to my to my planning of my Quaker and immediately incorporated them. So thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate it. And then haul, I did a little shopping on Etsy. Etsy is definitely my weakness. And the first shop I saw that Molly Klein of Molly Klein Designs, I follow her on Instagram, and she was doing a shop update on Etsy, and she's mostly a yarn dyer for anything you use yarn for. But I don't do knitting or crocheting or anything, but she also has project bags. And so she does knitting bags and project bags. So I went on her Etsy, and then I saw that she actually had these as, I forget what they're called because I don't use them very often. I don't ever use them. Progress keepers, I think, where you put on your knitting so you can see how far you've progressed. She had one that had Monstera leaves in them, and I was like, well, I have to have that. So what I did was, when I got them in, I took off the clasp that you would put on your project, and I put magnets on them and turned them into needle minders. So here are these came in packs of 3. So these 3 came together. So that was the one that I absolutely fell in love with. And then she also had a coffee and tea 3-pack. The third one, I forgot to bring it over. It's a Starbucks cup, essentially. And it has it curves in, so I can't put a needle in there. So I got to figure out how to fill in the back so I can put a needle on it, or glue it to something else to put a needle on. So I have to figure out that one. It's really tiny. So I haven't figured out what to do with that one yet, but I love it. So I'll figure it out. But these are the ones I was actually able to turn into needle minders. So yeah. So thank you. And then Molly also sent along a gift for you guys. So this is going to be the giveaway for this week, or this month, I guess, this video. She sent one of her project bags to give to one of you, which is just so fun. I love the trucks and fall. And I actually texted her when I was thanking her. I was like, I kind of don't want to give this away. I kind of want to keep it. But no, she sent it for one of you. So this is a giveaway for this week. So just comment anything with the word fall in it. We're going to go with fall since it's a very fall bag. If anyone's kitting up projects to start in the fall, or, anything that is fall right now that doesn't have a project bag. So this is the Molly Klein Designs. I will of course link her Etsy down below and her Instagram, so you can go check out all that. If you are into any of those other hobbies that use yarn, she's got some, I think it's sweet tea yarns. I could be wrong about that, but I think the yarn is the sweet tea, but Molly Klein Designs. So thank you so much, Molly. And so this will, yes, comment fall, and at the next video, I'll pick and send it out. And then the last bit is my monthly Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month and Floss of the Month. So I'm in the Fabric of the Month Club, Floss of the Month Club, and I get both 32 count and 40 count. As you can tell, I'm obsessed with Color and Cotton. So these are the February floss colors, which are just, of course, perfect. Twinkle. Ooh, it's not even my video if I don't drop something. Our Armor. Can't read backwards. Armor. Really beautiful gray. And then the 3 pinks for February. Cupid. Cherry Fizz. And Parlor. So that would be a great, anything, but really Valentine's Day. And then the grays and whites. So love those. And then the Fabric of the Month, which a lot of people have already seen, was Fox Run. So the 32 count, or the 40 count and the 32 count. And again, it's crazy how much they change between the counts. But yep, these, both Fox Run. Love the browns though, great neutral. Definitely find something to use for that. So, and I get a fat quarter of each one. And then, because I get notifications whenever they post on Facebook, which I really need to turn off. I swear, if you tell me something is limited edition, once it's gone, you're never gonna find it again, I'm probably gonna buy it. So that happened with Color and Cotton. They were like testing fabric colors and were selling their testers essentially to, and of course, like if it's a tester, you're never gonna find it again. So I got one. It's just limited edition rustic #1 and 36 count. Cause I do need to kind of bulk up my 36 a little bit. I use it for a lot of the cottage garden samplings ones. And like, I do like 36 count too. I always use 2 strands because I really, really like full coverage. I don't like my fabric to show through where my stitching is usually. So I do like 36 count. It just, usually if I'm gonna do that, I would just do 32 count. So I don't have a lot of it, but they had it and I was like, you know what? Sure. So this is rustic. Kind of has it's adequately named, accurately named, but yeah, so. Don't know what I'm gonna put on this yet, but glad to have it. So, I did buy a couple other patterns on Etsy, which I'm going to show here. So on, I forget my PDF patterns, but no, there's 2 other things. Jan Hicks Creates actually was having a sale on her Etsy, and I am doing her Seasons in Lace series. I've just barely started winter, so I have a long way to go. But she had a sale, so I went ahead and got the last one in the series, fall, autumn. So I bought that, and then I've always loved her Zen Garden pattern. Always loved it. It wasn't ever in like the soon to be stitched category, and so I hadn't bought it yet. But with the sale, I was like, let's go ahead and grab that too. And I was searching on her Etsy. She doesn't sell on her website anymore. She only sells on her Etsy store. Like, I was scrolling through and I couldn't find it. It wasn't on there. So I just sent her a quick private message if she, could add it, or if she was planning to add it, or if there was another way to buy it or something. And she just said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, oversight, I'm adding it right now. Well, I went back and when she said it was added, I went back and it wasn't listed with the sale. Etsy was being, annoying for her. So it wasn't listing the sale. So I just was like, hey, sorry, me again. Is this one also going to be on sale? And she said, I'm so sorry. And so she actually ended up sending the pattern to me for free for helping her out. So we're just letting her know that was going on. So thank you so much, Jan Hicks. That was way too kind. But thank you. I'm super excited to stitch that. Actually, it might look good on that fox run, to be honest. So I'm excited to start that, hopefully, you know, late this year, early next year. And then then an Instagram ad got me for this seller on Etsy. She's UK based, I believe, Counting the Stars on Etsy. And I bought 2 patterns from her as well, and I'll flash those up. Aqua Mandela and Winter Woodland. So really love those. The Aqua is completely full coverage, a lot of color changes, but gosh, it's so pretty. So I decided I'm theoretically doing no new starts, I'm unofficially doing no new starts this year, except for my birthday. So I won't be starting that this year, but I kind of like, I need to finish one of my full coverages before I start that one. It's kind of where I'm at. Like, I've stalled out on so many of them that I'm like, I can't start that until I start some. But it's so pretty, so I got it. And then I love the Winter Woodland one too. So those are my Etsy purchases. And I did buy 2 cottage garden threads from Australia. There's gorgeous blues, but I bought them from a seller in Australia, and so they are not here yet. So next time I'll show you, but the seller was amazing. Mojo Stitches, I believe. I'll link her down below. She's Australian based, and like I purchased them, and then later a couple hours later, if even, it was shipped. And she even sent me a private message on Etsy, like thanking me for selling and whatnot. So, or thanking me for buying. I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow or Friday, which is, I think, less than 2 weeks, that turnaround time. So definitely check them out if you're either in Australia or willing to, you know, buy from Australia. She was great. So I think those are all the haul things for now. And really all the updates. It's been a good month. It's flown by, and who knows what March is gonna look like. March, I finish up my block. I have a bachelorette party. I'm going to visit Maddie. A lot going on. Board studying as usual. Shout out to Ymir at Almond M&M's, who I think also just had a birthday and is also studying for board. So, or one of her board certifications. So we can do it. So yeah, so I think that's everything. Thank you guys again so much for all of your support and your love on Instagram and on, you know, here and everything. So thank you so much. If you are relatively new and you came from somewhere, like someone shouted me out, could you let me know in the comments? I like have 0 time to watch FlossTube right now. I shouldn't say 0, like 1% time to watch FlossTube right now. I get maybe 5 minutes of random videos. So if someone shouted me out, please let me know, so I can either watch them and thank them, and all of that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful month, a wonderful March. I will see you probably closer to the end of March, after the end of my block, during my break. So happy stitching, everyone.